Participating in today's press conference is Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas, President and CEO of the Kansas City Sports Commission and Visit KC, Kathy Nelson, KC current President Raven Jemison, and Big 12 Conference Commissioner Brett Yormark. The press conference will be presented in two phases. Phase one will center on the Big 12 and its relationship with the City of Kansas City. Following conclusion of that portion, we will excuse the Mayor, Kathy, and Raven, and Brett will speak to matters related to Big 12 basketball and the conference overall. We will begin the program with opening remarks from each of tonight's speakers, starting with Brett.
Thank you, Bob. It's nice to see everyone, and thank you for joining us. And it's great to be back here in Kansas City. I'd be remiss if I didn't say I've been thinking about this community a lot lately. And I hope us being back here for the last week and the continuation this week helps to accelerate the healing process that's going on right now. You know, sports unifies people, and I hope that happens here throughout the next couple of days. I'm honored to be on the platform today with three great community leaders here from Kansas City. You know, Kansas City has played a critical role in the history of the Big 12. And I'm happy to say tonight that it will continue to play a big role in the Big 12. I'm thrilled to officially announce that the Big 12 men's and women's basketball championship will stay right here at T-Mobile and in Kansas City through 2031. You know, I think I said to many of you last year, I came here for the first time to the community, met with many of the leaders, and it was a real easy decision, you know, when I went back to Dallas, that we needed to double down on this community for all the right reasons. You guys have embraced us. It feels like a Super Bowl each time we're here. The fan support is tremendous. The community support is tremendous. And we truly look forward to doubling down here in Kansas City and calling this our home for our basketball championships in the near future. Additionally, I'm excited to announce that the Big 12 Women's Soccer Championship will also be heading to Kansas City and will be played at the brand new CPKC Stadium, home of the KC Current. So it's not just about men's and women's basketball, it will be about women's soccer, and we're so thrilled that we'll be a part of this community and that our relationship is growing. And I look forward to being at the KC Current opener this weekend. Amen. And experiencing that incredible venue that this community has helped to build. I want to thank the community here for their continued support of the Big 12. Speaking on behalf of our member institutions and our entire conference, this is our home away from home. And we're just thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. Mayor Lucas.
First of all, I'm excited to be sitting next to the greatest commissioner in college athletics, and that's Brett Yormark. We appreciate your cooperation as well, sir. It's an amazing time to be in Kansas City, and as we just heard, it is an amazing time to invest in Kansas City. The Big 12 Conference is part of Kansas City's DNA. We all have stories of making our first Big 12, or if we're old enough, Big 8 tournament here in Kansas City, having a chance to see some of the greatest in men's and women's athletics, not just in basketball, but throughout any number of sports. And we're even more excited to continue to share the story of Kansas City. If you look at what Kansas City is about in 2024, I think this is the year of women's sports in Kansas City. This Saturday, having a chance to celebrate the Kansas City Current, their exceptional facility, the fact that they are making history in our country and the world is something that we should not take lightly. Thank you again to the Kansas City Current for helping be part of what is the Kansas City story. And the Big 12 Conference, making sure that this year we saw the women's tournament here at T-Mobile Center. Outstanding host at T-Mobile Center. We thank all of you, and seeing some of the best in basketball and competition here in this tournament speaks not only to the success we've had this year, but the success we expect in future years. It is a great time to be in Kansas City. Kathy Nelson does such a great job. I don't even have to sell that much all the time. But look forward to more exciting announcements. It is a great time to be in downtown Kansas City. It's a great time to be part of Kansas City. Great events, great venues, good hotels, more and more improvements every year to what we're doing here at T-Mobile Center and beyond. And we look forward to not only having a relationship with the Big 12 for several years to come, but certainly I expect for a lifetime. Thank you to Commissioner Yormark for your investment in Kansas City and continuing to build an outstanding conference with outstanding member institutions. And we look forward to enjoying some basketball later tonight. Thank you all so much.
Kathy Nelson?
Yes, first I do want to congratulate Iowa State and Texas on an incredible week. Congratulations, and I look forward to watching you play here just an hour already at the women's championship game, so that's great. And many of you know, like the mayor mentioned, this is the first time both the men's and women's championship is being held at T-Mobile Center, and it could not come at a better time during Women's History Month, the opening of our Kansas City current stadium, and all the energy around our pro volleyball team also starting in 2025. And I'm so proud as a female athlete to how Kansas City shows up for women's sports, and this is that exclamation point on that. And I've been in the arena the last couple of days, and it is loud, and I am proud of how our city has shown up for that. And the Big 12 is such a great part of our future, not only in women's sports, but of course in basketball and soccer now. And to put, again, that exclamation point that the Big 12 will be here through 2031 is such a proud moment for all of us. And it took us hours with Commissioner Yormark, his staff, with Jay Cooper, our friends at T-Mobile Center, and all of our partners that were involved in the negotiating of this extension. I am so thankful to all of you. So Brett, thank you for you all to really double down on Kansas City. Like you've said, we will make you proud. We are proud to host continuing basketball in Kansas City and proud to host soccer upcoming.
Thank you, Kathy. Raven Jemison?
Thank you. And Mayor, I would say that you all have done a phenomenal job of selling Kansas City, because that is why I am here. I've been here, just finished my 4th week, and I am unbelievably proud to be a part of this community, and we are thrilled to partner with the Big 12 to bring Big 12 women's soccer tournament here to CPKC Stadium, and it really feeds into the vision and turning this vision into a reality. So if you've heard about CPKC Stadium, what we are doing for the first ever purpose-built women's soccer stadium in the entire world makes this a great partnership to bring Big 12 women's soccer here in 2024 and 2025. And we are excited to show and showcase what it means to have elevated facilities such that these women athletes get the proper treatment that they deserve and see what is possible with respect to having facilities built specifically for them. And we cannot wait to host them in 24-25, and we cannot wait to showcase to the world what it means to be a part of this community and home to the Kansas City, not only Kansas City, but also the Big 12 women's soccer tournament. So thank you, Commissioner Yormark, for trusting us with the women's soccer tournament this year and next year, and we cannot wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raven. We will now open the floor to questions for Kathy, Raven, and the mayor. To ask a question, please raise your hand and wait for the microphone. Before asking your question, please identify yourself and the outlet you represent. First question? Right here on the aisle. Ray?
Commissioner Emily Jackson with Fox 4 News here in Kansas City. What makes the relationship between this conference and this city so special that you felt like you needed to continue this relationship for this extension of 4 or 5 years?
I just think it's how the community has embraced us, candidly. As I said earlier, I came here for the first time last year. I sensed the level of fandom. I sensed the support, the engagement, how the community really rallied around the Big 12 and our member institutions. And it felt like my home away from home. And we decided to double down for all the right reasons, and we're thrilled to be here through 31, and I'm sure we'll be here much longer than that. So just, it came together and for the right reasons at the right time. And again, I want to thank Kathy and the mayor for all their support, for making it happen. I want to thank this great building. I mean, T-Mobile, it's a world-class venue, and they came to us and offered us everything we needed. to make this a viable place and a viable home moving forward, so we could give our fans a great experience. So it all came together, and we're thrilled that it did.
Blair?
Blair Kirkhoff with the Kansas City Star. I have one for Brett and one for Raven. But Brett, you've got 4 new teams coming in next year from the West, and there are other options, right, for venues and in that part of the country. I'm wondering what your conversations have been like with those schools that might be interested in moving it around the basketball.
Well, listen, we are a national conference now. We're in 10 states, 4 time zones. We have 90 million people in our footprint. We've got a lot of optionality out there where we can take our championships. But when it comes to men's and women's basketball and women's soccer, this needed to be our home. We are going to Football Media Day in Vegas, which we're excited about. We announced that last month. And there'll be other opportunities for us to move closer to that footprint. But we needed to be here in Kansas City, and I'm happy we were able to make it work.
And Raven, is this the first non-current event scheduled for the new stadium?
That's right. The first major event will take place, and it's fitting, obviously, that it's the Big 12, but that will take place in the fall. So yes, it is exactly why CPKC Stadium is more than just the home for the Kansas City Current, but it was specifically designed for this. So yes, this will be the first event.
Please direct your questions to Kathy, Mayor, or Raven.
Hey, Jackson Kurtz, KBC, Channel 9. Mayor Kathy, Kansas City's got a lot going on. This is great news. Big 12, we do this very well. A lot may be happening through 2031, new stadium, possibly the crossroads with the Royals. Talk about how the city will be able to navigate all of that with parking, with people coming downtown, all the above.
Well, first of all, I think I may take this because I know whenever we throw the way of the Sports Commission and Visit KC, they can handle, and they can handle exceptionally well. We have seen major events coming to our city. Planet Comic-Con last week, which is a huge one too. All these activities, Big 12 Championship, and frankly, Kansas City and downtown have handled it well. And so I'm a believer in downtown in Kansas City, and downtowns all around the country. People like to be in good venues, in exciting areas to see other people. So Kansas City will be ready. In terms of any votes that are coming up, here's the thing. First, we're going to make sure that we listen to what the voters have to say as to the direction for professional sports and college and amateur sports in Kansas City. We're excited to hear from them on that. No matter what happens, Kansas City will be ready to support these venues from a marketing perspective. That's a lot of the work that Ms. Nelson does. From an infrastructure perspective, we recognize that parking and other issues are an important part of what we do. And fundamentally, from a transportation perspective. You know, one thing that I think helps our pitch is that we have the streetcar expanding from the River Market to the Plaza. You know, soon enough, you'll be able to get from a KC Current game to Brush Creek in Kansas City, activating thousands more hotel rooms, thousands more activities, restaurants, and beyond. And so this isn't just a pitch for today, but it's a pitch for the future. I look forward to more conversations, hopefully that we're sharing with the Commissioner, about east-west connections for our streetcar to other parts of the city, including the stadium complex now. And so this is a time where I think Kansas City is on the rise. We are a city that I think continues to get outstanding attention. Nobody really cares as much about this as I do, but the United States Conference of Mayors will be here this summer. There's like one person who claps. But nonetheless, right? It's, you know, we're getting attention from business, from sports, from entertainment, the biggest concerts. I mean, this is a time to be in Kansas City. No matter what we're seeing in terms of volume in downtown Kansas City, I know that we can handle it.
I might also add, when you think of this year's men's and women's basketball championships, it's $32 million in economic activity and economic impact. There's not much that compares to that. When you think of $32 million over a 2-week period, that continues to help our tax base, it helps our infrastructure, it helps projects that the mayor and the city manager are working on. And then beyond that, it's a lot of education. As we become a bigger and more robust city in these bigger events, it's learning more. How do we do this? Where do you park? I live on the Park KC parking app. I buy my parking before I come downtown, and I know exactly where I'm parking. That's an education piece for us to continue to do, and hosting those bigger events like this and more events allow us to do so.
Any other questions for Raven, Kathy, or the Mayor?